Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here with a budget-friendly Amazon wig review. This is a wig by KOME or KOME. It is a bob with bangs in the color Strawberry Blonde. This piece comes in multiple colors. I will make sure to link this piece in the description below so you can go check it out. This wig was sent to me by Haircube. Haircube is another Amazon brand, but apparently they have other branded names as well. I actually reached out to Haircube on Instagram like 6 months ago and asked if they'd like to partner on any reviews because I'm always looking for great budget-friendly wigs to bring to my wig sisters who are on a budget or want to supplement their wig wearing with budget-friendly wigs. Took them 6 months to respond, but they finally did, and now I'm going to be doing a review of a few of their pieces. If you want to know more about this one, remember, it's budget-friendly, it's out of the box. I am going to be doing a Tip Tuesday showing how you can maybe make this your own just a little bit. Then stick around. So, full disclosure, I did trim these bangs already a little bit. I do have a clip to put on the end of this video so you can see how long these bangs were on me. They were quite long, and I simply could not review this with them that long. It was too hard. So my compromise was to film a segment so you can see how long they were. I don't want to mislead you guys in any way, but that's really common with wigs that have bangs. They tend to keep them a little longer than works for most people because it's easy to trim bangs, but you can't add any hair back. So for somebody who has a bigger forehead than I do, make a bigger forehead measurement, you sure don't want bangs to be too short on you. So that's kind of what I've noticed with wigs that have bangs. So I did trim these up a little bit. I filmed it. And that is going to be part of the Tip Tuesday that I'm going to do with this wig. I've got it all set up in the bathroom. I'm going to take a hot air brush to this. I'm going to really work on it a little bit. So just know you're going to get to see that bang trimming along with some other things. Now, I do want to thank Haircube for sending me this. They actually sent me a few wigs, so I'm going to have a couple of different wig reviews for you that are budget-friendly Amazon wigs. So let's talk briefly about budget-friendly wigs. You know, the wig wearing journey is really, really challenging. There are, $20 wigs. There are $5,000 wigs. I mean, really, wigs run the gamut. When it comes to synthetic, though, generally you're looking at like a $20 Amazon. I actually didn't look at this price. It's somewhere around $20, all the way up to, for just regular synthetic, you can often find almost $600 regular synthetic wigs. So there's a real range. And so when you're talking about super budget-friendly wigs, there's typically some concessions that you have to make in order for them to maybe look as realistic as you'd like them to look. Now, I think this one looks fairly good, especially if you can get those bangs trimmed up. The only area where I think people might wonder is right here, the part. Often on these budget-friendly wigs, they come with this fake plastic part. You can kind of feel it. When you put your hands in here, you can feel a little bit of a bump. It's like a rectangle right there. And so while the part itself from a distance probably doesn't look too bad, the way that it kind of shapes this wig could be a giveaway to someone looking really close. But let me just share my thoughts on this. Most people do not notice. They are not that observant. Most people are too absorbed in what's happening around them or what's going on in their own life to really look at you that closely. Trust me, I have a lot of experience with this. But it's also important that we feel confident and feel comfortable when we go out wearing a wig. So if you are relying on budget-friendly wigs because those more expensive wigs just aren't in your budget or you're not willing to spend that money, then having some skills in place to help you work with those wigs is going to be important. That's why I'm going to do a Tip Tuesday and why I have lots of others out there on YouTube. I think the fibers on this one feel outstanding. They feel really, really good. They're soft. They're silky. They don't feel as realistic as a $400 synthetic, but if they did, we'd certainly be questioning those higher end synthetics, wouldn't we? But for a budget-friendly wig, this feels great. It looks great. It's not shiny. It definitely looks like you took a flat iron, you really made your hair sleek. You maybe took some smoothing cream. It's very smooth, very sleek. It's not frizzy at all. But I think it's very passable for human hair, especially if nobody is going to get up super close to your hair and nobody's going to be touching it. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. Now, these fibers are a little bit on the stiff side of things. So when you look at synthetic wigs, you can get super fine synthetic fibers that feel like fine hair. And then you can get thicker fibers that feel a little bit more substantial. Feel really, really good. I'm really surprised by how good these feel. Let's take a look inside this cap. Now, these budget-friendly wig caps are very, very no frills. It's just a basic cap. You've got no lace front, nothing up here. This is where they've kind of got that plastic fake part right under there. You've got open wefting, and the wefts are usually fairly far apart. Ear tabs, they're not soft material. They're not really rough either. No extended nape. We have hook adjusters, and I find budget-friendly wigs typically to run big. They're generally big head friendly. I usually have to cinch them in quite a ways, and even then I have to wear a wig grip or something with it to keep them secure on my head. They definitely run big. One of the benefits of these caps, because they're so lightweight, because they're those wefts are far apart and it's really lightweight, these tend to be relatively cool. Another thing I've noticed with these budget-friendly wigs is they don't have Permatease. So you don't have, if you're not familiar with Permatease, Permatease is crimpy fibers that a lot of these wig manufacturers put in at the cap level. It gives the synthetic wig some volume, permanent tease Permatease. And some people love Permatease and some people don't. Permatease can make a wig hotter, and so that's a benefit to not having Permatease. But because this doesn't have Permatease, it's a very flat wig. There's no volume in this, and you're not getting any volume out of this. There's nothing you're going to do to get volume in this one. The hair density is, I would consider, light to moderate. It's not, gosh, I think it's probably more light. It seems it's because these fibers are a little bit on the thicker side that may be a little deceiving, but this does not have a lot of hair. It's a very, very cool wig. It's so tuckable. Because this is a lighter density, because there's no Permatease, it's super tuckable. I mean, you can see it's just a flat, lowish density bob. And if you are comfortable playing with it, if you can trim up the bangs, if you can, play with the part a little bit, if you are willing to style it, I think it looks incredibly realistic. I really do. Now, it does have a fair amount of stretch, and it is running large. So if you have a petite head, I will steer you away from this unless you know how to modify a wig. If on the other hand, you're more of an average large head, I think this is going to be great. These ear tabs actually pretty much rest on my ears here in the back. I can wear it, and I think I could wear it fairly well most of the day, but I can feel it pressing on the back of my ears. I have a very petite over the top of the head measurement though. If you want to compare your measurements to mine, in the description I've got them all listed, and hopefully that will help you. Overall, for a like $20-ish wig, I think this could be great. I do think that if you are comfortable playing with wigs, these budget-friendly wigs could be a great addition to your wig wardrobe. Even if you do buy some higher-end wigs, it can be really great to have some flexibility with your wigs, have some wigs that you don't worry so much about. This could be a great wig with a hat, with a bandana, like kind of like a do-rag around it. If you're looking for something that you can, wear out to work in the garden or anything like that, I do think this could be a great option. Let me know if you have any questions about this piece. I'm always happy to answer. Whoa, sorry guys. I'm here to help you. I'm here to show everything. I want to show high-end human hair, budget-friendly human hair, budget-friendly synthetic, high-end synthetic. I want to do tips and tricks videos, which I've got tons of out there already. I'm just here to help. So don't hesitate to ask questions. And if this wig isn't your cup of tea, that's okay. We're not all alike and everybody has different preferences. So just keep watching. I'm going to show a lot of different things. Thanks once again to Haircube for partnering with me, sending me this piece so that I don't have to break the bank buying all these budget-friendly wigs so that I can show them to you guys. It just really helps all of us when these wig companies are willing to work with us reviewers. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. I'll talk to you in my next video. Hey friends, I want you to see this wig without the bangs trimmed so that you can see what it looked like out of the box. I'm not going to be able to review it well with the bangs as long as they are. Here we go. This is what it looks like out of the box. I mean, they just poke me in the eye and the bangs are just so long. Sometimes on wigs you can sweep bangs to the side and make them work. I'm not so sure that that works well with this one because of how this top is. It really begs for the full bang. So I'm going to trim the bangs up, but I want you to see it before I trim them. You can play with them. You may not need to trim them as much because measurement, okay, hold on. Measurement from here to here is what really impacts that. So with my measurements, which I think is 2.5 inches, you can find my measurements in the description. That's where the bangs lay on me. Impossible to wear as a full bang. Hope that helped.